Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Variant Podcast.
Woo!
It's been a minute with Aidan. My name is Pedro. I'm here with Aidan as usual, except for the
Hello.
times he's not here. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a minute. Miss you guys. Miss you, Aidan, watching your face.
Yeah, I
How you
miss
been?
man. I've been good. I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima, which is
What?
really good.
That's good, I
Yeah.
guess. Sure.
Yeah, it's a samurai game on PS4. It's pretty
Got
good.
it. I finally got into I didn't finally. I've been trying to get into Arkham Knight,
Good
but
choice.
I keep dying at Ace Chemicals. And
Okay.
so
Yeah, that one's hard.
I don't want to I don't want to do a walkthrough, but then I kind of do. So I'll figure out what I want to do. The only game this is a fun fact. The only game I ever beat in the PlayStation 4 was Arkham City.
Really?
I've never finished a game from start to finish, completed. I finished a game and all the side missions. So I had like 98% finished. It was the
It's a
only
good
game
game.
it was the only game I ever completed like that much in an entire thing. I've never done that before. And so I'm trying to do that with Arkham Knight. I've had it for like 5 years or however long it came out.
Yeah, it's been out 5 years now.
Yeah, I've had it since it came out. I just never get past Ace Chemicals. And so I kind of get bored. And then what happens is I go, oh, wait, I should probably restart because I don't know what's going on. And
Yeah.
then I do well, and then I have to go back to Ace Chemical, and I'm like, it's just stupid. It's like a vicious circle. I get to like 4% complete.
Yeah. It's a good game. The Batmobile is kind of worst part of the game for me.
It's the worst part. I haven't really gotten that much into. I don't really. I know they force you to do they force you to do a bunch of stuff with the Batmobile, and I'm like,
It's like 72% of the story mode.
oh, is it? Oh.
It's a lot of the story mode. Like, oh no, you can only defeat this character in the Batmobile.
Yeah, it was like,
Time
oh,
to
you
go
have
shoot
to
tanks.
you got to go jump roofs in the Batmobile. I'm like, why can't I just jump on a roof? This is dumb. Yeah, that's lame, man.
It's nice that like you can actually drive around Gotham with it.
Yeah, I mean, I know the story.
It's so much better than the other games.
Yeah,
and like you can actually drive and get to places faster.
Yeah,
but...
I mean, I know the story. I know who the Arkham Knight is because I had one of my interns like ruin it for me. But so it's not a big deal. Yeah, he's no longer part of the company. But I know what happens, but I want to know how I get. Like, I don't mind getting things spoiled to me, because I still want to know how I got there. So that's why to me it's not a big deal to spoil things, because well, perfect example, you and me when we were talking about Endgame when it first came out, and you're like, "Do you want to know what happens?" And I'm like, "Sure, what happens?" He goes, "Oh, is this like spoiler? Is this like a spoiler for people?" I'm trying to figure this out.
If people haven't seen it, it's their fault.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
It's been a year. So when you go, Black Widow dies, I'm like, oh, cool. And I was like, I wonder how she dies. And so I want to see the film because of how it happened. So I want to see like, oh, is this one happen? Oh, this one's gonna happen. So I don't really care about getting things spoiled. That's why sometimes I'm very bad at doing the spoiler warning, because to me it's just like whatever.
No.
But I have gotten some complaints, and people complain sometimes. It's like, hey, you should really give a minute or two before you go and spoil this for me, because
that's why I'm here.
That's exactly
I'm the spoiler guard.
Because if it wasn't for Aidan, I'd be just like spoiling everything. I don't. But again, to my defense, all these films that we're reviewing came out like in 2014, 13, and 15.
This one was 2016,
2015.
2016.
Yeah, 2016.
Yeah, 2016. What? Yeah. I tell you.
So like, if you haven't seen it now, like, there's a problem. Like, you don't care. You don't want to see it. And I get that. It's fine. But yeah, so today's show, we're going to be reviewing Batman Bad Blood.
Yes.
Which is the third film in the Batman continuity of this DC animated universe.
Yeah.
But it's actually the sixth film in the entire DC animated universe. But before it's a good one. Yeah, but we'll get there. Before we get to the film and the review, Aidan, the news guru, has some news for us today.
Yeah, we've gotten some exciting news. Start us off. we are getting a Batman Death in the Family movie.
We are.
And it's more of a choose your own adventure style movie where you pick what happens in the story, and it looks like there's going to be different outcomes depending on the choices you pick.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks interesting. The trailer dropped last week, and I started watching it. It's rated R, which surprised me. Yeah.
Well, wait, the film isn't out yet, though, is it?
No, it's coming out soon.
Okay.
I think probably around the time the next Superman, like Man of Tomorrow, the new like animated movie reboot comes out. I think that's around the time it's coming out.
Well, and again, I'm sure we're gonna be hearing a lot about this in fandom in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about it. But I'm excited. I mean, do we need one?
Probably not.
No. Interactively, like, is it cool? I mean, sure, it's cool.
It's a cool idea.
But like, how much? I mean, how many? I think the biggest thing to me is how long is this film gonna be? I know you don't.
Probably around like average movie mark, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours.
Is it though? Because all these animated films are really short. Oh no, it's not gonna be a long film, bro. It's gonna be a small film. It's an animated short.
It's a short?
Yeah, dude. You didn't see
I thought it was. I missed that part then.
No,
I thought it was just the Under the Red Hood movie with like more content.
No, it's not. Let me find it for you. I'm literally. This is live, guys. This is live.
Live.
I'm
live research.
I'm live researching as we speak. It's going to be interactive movie. Here we go. It just lets you do it, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's a new DC animated short.
Really?
Yeah, it's an animated short. So it's gonna be a short film.
Fall 2020 is the release date.
Yeah. And there really isn't much you can do, though. Like, think about it, okay? You can either kill Robin, which then he becomes Red Hood.
Yeah.
You can save Robin, and then he becomes Red Robin. Or you...
Which is interesting.
Or you have you never heard of Red Robin before?
No, it's a Tim Drake Robin, isn't it? It's Tim Drake.
Yeah, because it's after he aged out. But if I guess that goes with if Jason Todd never dies, Tim Drake never exists.
Right.
So that way Jason Todd becomes Red Robin. And the other option was he dies.
It looks like Hush, kind of.
Yeah, well, that came from because Hush in the comics in one of the issues, Hush was actually Jason Todd. But he wasn't really Jason Todd. It was Clayface being Jason Todd. So spoiler warning for anybody that actually want to read the comic.
Great.
Highly suggest reading it. It's probably one of my favorite story arcs. Not the movie. The movie's great. We'll get to the movie eventually in this.
You should watch the movie. I haven't seen it before.
Well,
so this will be my first experience with it.
Yeah, we're getting to it in a couple of weeks.
It's not in the continuity though.
Yeah, it is.
No, the movie's like 10 years old.
No, dude. Hush is definitely.
Oh, Hush! I thought we were talking about Under the Red Hood still.
No. I'm like,
Hush. Wait a minute.
No. Yeah. Hush. Hush is in the thing. It's great. I love it. And we already did a show. Me and my brother and Nick did a show on it. But I'm excited to do one with you because it's good. And the comic book is one of my favorites. But so the options are what? He becomes Red Hood. He becomes Red Robin. And I think the other one is you try to save him, but he dies anyways. And I think that's the one when he becomes like the Hush type of guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just all I know is that I'm excited for it, only because I enjoy those weird interactive things. For example, the Batman Telltale games.
Yeah.
I'm all about them. I just love having the opportunity, the ability to like do things as Batman.
Like control. It's like you're controlling a Batman movie.
Yeah, it's great. So I'm excited for that short. I don't know how short it's gonna be. I hope it's not too short. I hope it's like a string of the shorts mixed together to make like some sort of movie. That I'd be fine if it was like an hour long, just like
straight hour, but you like pick in pivotal story points.
You pick important parts. Like, should he kill Joker? Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Just do
should
it.
Batman kill the Joker? Why haven't you, bro?
Killing joke.
Oh man, yeah. So yeah, that
yeah. I just hope it's not like little segments that you pick and you just watch them in a string of your choice. That would
that'd be weird. No, I hope it goes from what I saw in the preview. It's kind of like it freezes and it says, "What do you want to happen?" and you click it, and then that part of the film becomes a reality.
Okay,
but it could be anything changes. It's coming out in October 2020. You said
it said fall 2020.
Yeah, so we'll hopefully get it soon.
I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited. But touching on, we talked about video games a couple minutes ago, and this is a new one that Aidan, you were talking to me about today, and you're super, super excited.
So we were talking about Batman Arkham Knight, and the developers, Rocksteady, have been silent since Arkham Knight came out. They were reportedly working on a Superman game, which you can find little bits and pieces of in Arkham Knight. If you go, there's a certain, I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's a certain scene in Wayne Tower, and when you're done with that, you can listen to Bruce Wayne's phone messages. And who calls? Lex Luthor. There's even a LexCorp building in construction in Gotham that you can find.
Wow.
Yeah. But then Superman kind of got canceled. Then there were rumors that they were making a Suicide Squad game. And now a little off topic, but still in the same area. We got new stuff for James Gunn's Suicide Squad, like a new logo, because it was his birthday the other day.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And that is now my most hyped movie for like the next 2 years.
You gotta control hype, bro. Like you don't even know if that movie's coming out in 2 years at this point.
No, it's done filming. They're almost done editing. Yeah, it could come out this year, but
here's the thing.
Next August.
Here's the thing. You think it's gonna come out?
I think it's gonna come out.
I don't know. Like for example, Wonder Woman's not coming out this year.
No, no.
Like 100% not coming out this year. I don't know what Patty Jenkins said, but I think they're coming out. They changed to October, right? I believe
it's October right now.
It was supposed to come out next week, on Friday, and now it's not because obviously things are, still, you're not wearing a mask, people. I said it.
Do it. Super loud. Okay, so anyways,
but no, the point is, this is also news too. I totally stole your news, but this is also news. I don't know if you read this. Patty Jenkins came on and confirmed she's going to do one more Wonder Woman film.
Yeah, I read that.
So that's going to be a trilogy as well. Okay, anyways, continue, Aidan. I know you're super excited about this one. I already put it out there. You didn't talk about it, so check it back out. So ready, 1, 2, 3.
So, as if my hype for Suicide Squad wasn't high enough already, Rocksteady's doing their in development Suicide Squad game, and we're getting a trailer at Fandom.
Are we really?
Yes.
But do you have any idea? Do you have any idea of what it's going to be about yet?
So I was at work today, and I was on my break scrolling through Instagram, and DC posts this picture of Superman with his back turned to the camera.
Yes.
With a Suicide Squad logo on his head.
Oh.
What if they're fighting Superman?
Could be.
Or because it was purple, what if it's Bizarro?
Oh.
What if DC's gone on to say it is Superman though?
Oh, okay.
And all we have is a picture. I thought it was a throwaway account or like some fan art, but it's legit.
Wow.
I am
beyond hyped. Well, Fandom's gonna change the game.
Yeah.
Fandom has a little bit of everything. If you're a
Comic Con? What's Comic Con?
Listen. Comic Con this year was garbage.
I didn't even know what happened.
Garbage. This is what happened to Comic Con this year. They had pre-recorded interviews.
Of course.
And they released it on certain times. So for example, we're doing this live. This is live right now. If we mess up, it's live. Theirs wasn't. Theirs was pre-recorded. It was edited, and they quote unquote made it live, but it wasn't live. And it was just on YouTube, and it was weird. It's not the same as going to Hall H and watching the hype for a trailer or anything. It was different. It was very weird. It was, again, it's things happening now because of the way things are. But hats
Like
off
I
to
did
DC.
see The Boys was announced for season 3 at Comic-Con.
Yeah,
that's all I saw.
Yeah, well, hats off to DC for being ahead of the curve at this point and doing something for the fans. Zack Snyder released his first footage of the Snyder Cut
at Justice Con.
At Justice Con, and that's also news that we didn't talk about. And as I'm talking about it, I feel my goosebumps rising because why not?
Right?
Did you hear the other thing that came out?
There's a new rumor that
Ryan Reynolds.
Zack Snyder's. Oh yes, that's what I forgot.
Did you hear that news that Ryan Reynolds might actually be
kill
in
for
the
that?
film? Oh man, I'll go. I will go to my grave defending Green Lantern by Ryan Reynolds. It was a good film. I enjoyed it. I don't know why people hate it so much.
CGI.
It's
CGI suits.
It wasn't that bad, bro. Like I've seen worse. I've seen
like for
worse.
2011, it was pretty good. But now looking back on it, looking back, it hasn't aged that great.
You know what people thought was bad too? Batman Forever, and that movie was a masterpiece. Like, get out of here.
The Schumacher cut.
Yo, that movie was a masterpiece. That film got me into Batman, and I love that film. It's a masterpiece. It's aged gracefully. You know another film people said was bad?
What? Suicide Squad?
No. Any of the prequels. And now there's people that defend the prequels like their lives depend on it.
Yeah, they don't deserve their fan badges. You should drop them off at the door.
Bro.
They're not welcome.
I don't want to get into this right now, but I'll just say this. The Star Wars fandom is the most toxic, most depressing, and disappointing fandom in the history of fandoms. Like, what?
I don't think you've seen many fandoms, Pedro.
Okay, I've seen the ones that I'm part of. And like, to be a fan of Star Wars to these people, it means you talk bad about everything. It's like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. And I'm like, who are you to gatekeep who likes what? I joined this Star Wars group on Facebook, and they hate the sequels. And I'm like,
not all of them are great. They have flaws.
Right, but all of them have flaws. The original have flaws, the prequels have flaws, and the sequels have flaws.
You know what didn't have flaws?
Rogue One. That one's pretty good.
Masterpiece.
I don't know about that, but it was good. But every single trilogy themselves had flaws, and these fans gatekeep like who can be a fan and who can't. They go, "Oh no, you can't be a fan because you like Kylo Ren and he's trash." I'm like, first of all, kiddo,
sit down.
Don't talk to me because you grew up with like Phantom Menace, like
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah,
get out of here.
That's also another thing I was thinking about why people don't like the sequels so much, because a lot of people complain. It says, "Oh, hey, we don't have Anakin in it because Anakin's part of Star Wars, obviously."
Yeah,
but
his presence is there.
Right, but if you think about it, it kind of made sense why they said that, because, for example, people our age or your age, because you're a lot younger than I am, I keep forgetting that. People your age love the prequels and hate the sequels because there's no like continuity or whatever they call it.
Yeah,
but that's because they started watching Star Wars from episode 1. So for them, it's a story of Anakin from 1 through 9. And it's like, hey, where did Anakin go from 7, 8, and 9? Right. For people that started watching, I wasn't alive when it came out, right? But the first ones I saw were the original. So for people that started watching Star Wars from the originals, like me, I don't really care about Anakin because the story wasn't about Anakin. It was about Luke.
Yeah.
And so Luke was in the sequels. And to me, it doesn't matter. But I don't know. We went completely off topic.
I will add to that. I am an anomaly. I watched 4, 5, and 6 first.
Did you really?
I did.
Wow. No, because
how dare you assume that I started with 1, 2, and 3.
I literally talked to a bunch of like younger kids, and they all said, "Yeah, we started from episode 1." And I'm like, that makes sense. That's why you want to see more Anakin, because he was there.
He grew up with him.
He grew up with him.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, okay, that's part of the story. But for me, it wasn't part of the story, so I don't really care.
As Kylo Ren once said, the past is dead.
Let it go.
Bury it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Bury the past.
I
converted
your father.
I converted some random dude in a group to say that Darth Vader is not as good as Kylo Ren.
But what do you mean? I grew up with Darth Vader.
I dropped some knowledge, and he's like, you know what? That's actually a very good point. I'm like, I know, thank you. So if people say you can't convince people through Facebook debates, they're wrong. I did it. So do better, America. Do better. Last little bit of news, because we just kind of destroy that.
We never finished Ryan Reynolds with Green Lantern. He should be Green Lantern. The Rock also mentioned Hawkman, which I would be all for Hawkman.
Oh yeah, The Rock was Hawkman?
No, The Rock said Ryan Reynolds should play Hawkman in Black Adam, because the Justice Society is going to be in Black Adam.
That's right. They are going to be. That's right. That's right. Dang, all these news.
Yeah.
And then you said there was also something else, right? The Flash, something.
Yes.
The Flash film.
Yes, there was a radio show, the Orton 67 radio show, and the director Andy Muschietti. I totally mispronounced that.
That's okay.
He kind of gave a summary of what the movie is going to be about, and it looks like we are getting a Flashpoint movie. So, as Muschietti says, it is a story of time travel. Flash travels back to try and save his mother. Okay. It is a spectacular action movie, but it has a big heart. End quote.
So it's Flashpoint.
Yes.
With Michael Keaton.
Yes.
Interesting.
That would be interesting.
Interesting. Okay. I don't mind it. It's what I've wanted from the beginning. It's what I've been saying from the beginning that we should have. Flashpoint to restart the entire franchise, start to bring everything back. Your dog agrees with me, so that's all that matters to me right now.
Well, I mean, we definitely need a reboot now, because Zack Snyder came out and said that Justice League is now its own continuity.
Yeah, he said that, the Snyderverse.
Yeah, it's the Snyderverse.
And HBO Max might actually buy into it and create a whole Snyderverse.
Yeah, the rumor is that we're going to get an announcement at Fandom that reveals the title is Part 1, which would be awesome.
No way.
I don't know how likely that is, but I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
At this point, just like create the Snyderverse, bring back Batfleck, put him in there, and have Robert Pattinson as well. I don't care about Robert Pattinson.
I don't know.
I'm excited for Matt Reeves' film, 100%. Super excited.
I am too, yeah.
But I also like Ben Affleck as Batman. So put both of them in there. Have Michael Keaton come back. He's old Bruce Wayne.
Batman Beyond.
Exactly. And we'll get like Andrew Garfield or something as like
Terry McGinnis. Me play Terry McGinnis. I'll do it. I'd look great in the Batman Beyond suit. I have ideas, Zack Snyder. If you want a Teen Titans movie, hit me up. I've been working on one for like 4 years.
You're going to get that film made one day. I guarantee it. Even if it's fan made on YouTube, it's going to be made.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
One of these days.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. Fandom is going to be lit, dude. I can't wait for Fandom.
Yeah. And kind of touching back on what we were talking about, conventions. Like this one is definitely blowing them out of the water. Like Comic-Con was just like videos on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Comic-Con or Fandom is a 24-hour experience.
It's like, and it's live.
Like
it's live.
And it's live. Over 300 confirmed guests.
Yeah,
with some big names.
They announced the guests today. Obviously, we got the big ones. We got Zach.
Yeah.
I don't know the other ones. To me, all that matters is Zach's coming in, dude, and we're gonna be talking. We're gonna be talking Justice League.
Looks like we're getting some Watchmen news, maybe. Yeah. I think a couple stars of Watchmen are in there, which I have not seen the show yet, but I've heard it's good.
I haven't either, but I'm excited. Fandom is going to blow it out of the water. Fandom is going to be the new normal for comic conventions. Like, don't be surprised if Marvel comes out with their own Marvel whatever crap after this, because they are always playing second fiddle to DC. Get at me, Marvel fanboys.
Well, I mean, at least now, like before like Endgame.
What's Marvel?
I don't know. What are we talking about? Anything? I forgot what we were talking about.
Spider-Man and who else? That's all they got.
Spider-Man, 2099, Snyderverse.
Everyone else is dead, right? Chris Evans is dead. Thor is fat now.
Yeah.
Iron Man's dead. Who do
Thor
they
is kind of
have?
there. Guardians
Who?
of the Galaxy, which are they're the only two good Marvel movies in the MCU. I will take that to my grave.
Dude,
Fight me at Variant Aiden, which I will be using more.
This DC is doing it right, and we'll touch on it when we're talking about this film. We'll touch on it when we talk about Bad Blood. But they're not just good at films and comics; they're good at animated films and animated TV shows.
Yeah.
Something that Marvel is not good at. The only good animated shows Marvel ever made were Spider-Man in the 90s, X-Men in the 90s. That was it. I can't think of any other good ones, and I can't think of any good animated films that they've made.
They tried, and they didn't do that well.
And didn't do well because, whatever. But that's just me.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
If I may, I'd like to transition into Bad Blood because I have a fun fact connecting what we were just talking about.
Do it.
So the creator of Thanos, Jim Starlin, is actually the one who wrote the comic book Batman Bad Blood is based on. Or no, not Bad Blood. Death in the Family. Shoot, I messed up, Mike. Batman Bad Blood. Batman Bad Blood is a 2016 direct-to-video animated superhero film.
Yes,
which is based on a character who had a comic book written by Jim Starlin. There we go.
I knew Starlin. I knew Starlin, the Death in the Family. I knew that he created Thanos. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. I did know that.
I was so excited about that. I was like, oh, yes. I can actually do something.
Actually, I found that out last episode when I was talking to London from History of the Batman. She mentioned it, that Starlin created Thanos. I had no idea. So I had to go back and Google it. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's true. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's cool. But no, let's actually transition for real now to Batman Bad Blood. We've spent 27 minutes on this already.
We can cut that out of the live stream, right?
There's no cutting. We're going to leave it. That was so good.
This episode, we're not recording, right?
You got so red when you realized you were wrong. It was the best.
That concludes this episode.
So anyways, Batman Bad Blood, that's what we're here for. We're going to start off with spoiler-free reviews, spoiler-free thoughts on the film. Obviously, this film, like we've mentioned before, came out in 2016. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's because you don't want to see it. And that's okay.
You should want to see it because
movie. It's a great movie, but we will also respect you and not ruin it before time is to ruin it. With that being said, Aidan, your spoiler-free thoughts on the film.
So, I would like to compare these three Batman movies to the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, which we were just talking about. Vague, like a little bit. This is the closest thing I could compare them to off the top of my head. Mm-hmm. But they keep getting better. And the last one is the best one.
Okay.
Batman Bad Blood is probably the best Batman movie in this trilogy.
Okay.
And that's just my opinion. That's my spoiler-free opinion. I wish the Batwoman TV show took from this Batwoman because she was actually a lot cooler.
For sure.
Her story was more interesting. And that's all I can really think of off the top of my head. It was good. I watched it 3 times. It was enjoyable every time. Normally, I can't sit down and watch a movie more than once.
Mm-hmm.
I literally restarted the movie and watched it again.
Wow.
It was really good.
That's good. I didn't hate it. I thought it was a good film. I thought they were trying to do too much. Unfortunately, they only had 75 or so minutes to cram it all in together.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's one of the best. Again, all these movies already came out, so we're doing this as if we haven't seen the other ones. So
because I haven't.
Yeah. So yeah, actually, this is the last one I've seen from.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, from now on, I haven't seen any of these other ones like Justice League versus Teen Titans, Justice League Dark, all these others. I haven't seen any of these, except for Hush. I did, my bad. But yeah, so from all these other movies that came out beforehand, this is the best one.
Easily.
It takes what every other film had problems with, made it better, and it took out a lot of the unnecessary blood. I thought
that was kind of lame. Like,
really? I didn't think so.
I thought definitely in Batman versus Robin and Son of Batman, it was like unnecessary and like excessive. This one, they just took it all out, and it felt weird.
It felt like an animated TV show, an animated movie.
Yeah, for a movie called Bad Blood, there's no blood. The only blood's in the title.
Yeah.
Quote me on that.
Do you know why it's called Bad Blood?
That wasn't made clear either to me.
Yeah,
unless I'm not.
No, I didn't know either.
I'm missing something.
I have no idea. If anyone's while listening right now, they understand, they know why it's called Bad Blood, let me know. I think it's because I can't say it yet because I think it's a spoiler. But yeah, it wasn't. It used to be my favorite one of all. But now it still is one of my favorites. But now I have more of a open mind to it. And so I say, okay, I like where they're going with this. I like the introduction of all these new characters. I like how they use a lot of C-list and villains.
That was cool.
But at the same time, it's like I wish you either had more time to develop these characters or you had other movies with these characters.
75 minutes was not enough time for this movie. It felt way too fast.
Yeah.
It had all these plans. It was an ambitious movie. And it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
But Luke Fox was kind of a throwaway character, in my opinion.
And that's, yeah.
And like, I wanted to like Luke Fox. Luke Fox is cool. Like, Batwing is pretty cool. Yeah. And he was just thrown in this movie because, oh, it's Batman family, Bat Inc. or whatever.
This film, and I think the biggest problem with this film was that it was based off a couple of comic books, and they didn't really connect and do justice with the comic with the source material. So, for example, Bad Blood was based off of the Batwoman comics, the Battle for the Cowl comics, which is when I can't say yet. I can. It's in the synopsis. It's in the synopsis of the film. Bruce. This is when Batman is gone. They don't know what Batman is, and it's also based off of Batman and Robin, which is probably one of my favorite ones to read because it's Dick Grayson as Batman.
Isn't that the Grant Morrison run too?
Yes, the Grant Morrison.
Grant Morrison's good. I like Grant Morrison.
And then Batman Incorporated, which you just touched on with Batwing and all those other guys.
I knew it was there. I picked up on that.
Yeah. So that's
like even there's a Batman suit in this movie that I was like, oh, that's the Batman Inc. suit.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh. So I think, like you said, it was ambitious. It did a lot. It had a lot to do with a little time. So, for example,
and it did it well.
They did it well. They did it well, but they didn't do it as well as I wish they would have. They didn't flesh out some of these characters' development as I wish they had, and we'll touch on that once we jump the spoiler fence. But for now, I just want to say that if you haven't seen this film yet, go watch it. It's a very good film. It's probably my favorite of the 6 that we've seen so far. But yeah, a solid watch. I mean, I highly enjoyed watching it. And if you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you watch it.
Please watch it.
Do you think the same thing?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think it's a great film.
It's a great film. Yeah, the fight scenes are really good because Jay Oliva still did this one.
Yeah,
and he's just great.
Yeah,
it kind of reminds me of like John Wick style fight scenes.
Yeah, Jay Oliva is good. Yeah, Jay Oliva is a good guy. But yeah, no, I think with that we're gonna jump to the spoiler section of the episode. We're 35 minutes in, so that's a good time to jump. If you haven't seen the film and you want to see it and you don't want to get it spoiled, stop right now, press pause, go watch it, and come back and hear the rest of the episode.
And before we end the spoiler warning, I just want to say, like, in the past when I've said go watch a movie, I don't mean it as much as I do now. Go watch Batman Bad Blood. It was very good.
Yeah, it was good.
Most of the time I lie to you. Don't go watch Son of Batman. Ew. Don't go watch Justice League Throne of Atlantis. Ew.
So I would just say it. If you don't believe in it, don't say it.
I'm trying to shadow you, Pedro.
No,
I want to be
you
as cool as you.
No, you can't just say things to watch even if you don't like. If you don't like it, like don't watch it. It's trash.
Well, I mean, you should still watch it, but like
I want to listen. Some of these films I'm looking
to.
at, some of these films I'm going to say don't watch it. It's trash. So, letting you know. But
go watch this one.
If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Pause right now. Go watch. Come back and hear the spoiler filled section of the episode. If you don't care about getting things spoiled like me, just jump on right in and keep joining. What the water's fine.
Yeah.
But with that, we're gonna jump to the spoiler review.
So my first spoiler question.
Yeah.
Why can Batman not beat Heretic, but Talia just takes him out in one shot? Explain that to me.
Well, you know Heretic.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he didn't. Okay, yeah. So that was one of the things that was. And it was
like he can't touch Heretic, and then all of a sudden,
because Heretic is like. Because as we know, Heretic is a clone of Damian Wayne, an accelerated clone of Damian Wayne, and so
I had no idea who Heretic was. So I was like, that's
pretty cool. Yeah, in the comic, dude. Listen, in the comic, it's intense because Heretic actually kills Damian. So like, I was waiting for him to kill him. I was like, he's gonna die. He's gonna die.
That would have been a nice like little twist.
Yeah, I was like, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. He didn't die. I was like, oh, come on, really? But so
in a way, he technically did. Damian did die in this movie.
Yeah, I guess. But because he was so in love with his mom that like he kind of just like, I'll do whatever you want me to do. And so it was like a moment of like
weakness.
Not weakness, but like of honesty. And he was like just wanting to hug his mom, and she used that to kill him.
Yeah.
And I think he just wanted to prove to Batman who he was, and so he was strong. But I don't like the character of Heretic because he reminds me of a Batman version of Bane.
That's what I thought at first. It was Bane, and I'm like,
yeah, it was.
Why is Bane in this? What's up with the costume? But
yeah, it was weird. I don't mind him, but I know that Heretic is like he's not one of my favorite characters to watch, to read about for sure. But to me, the thing that's the most interesting out of all of them is that Talia was the head of the whole thing.
I did not see that coming.
Right? You know, it's kind of like, what? Because you didn't see her in Batman versus Robin at all.
No.
And the last time you saw her, it was the Anderson of Batman when she left on the boat.
Yeah.
And never to be seen again. And now she's like taking over, Bruce to brainwash him to become part of the League of Assassins. I like the film though. That beginning of that film was so good. Like it made it feel like it was Batman the whole time. And then you see that gun. Wait, Batman doesn't use guns. And then Batwoman comes out. So I really enjoy that part.
Batwoman in this was probably one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah, well, Batwoman was like I told you, I don't mind. I have not really been into the whole Batwoman hype ever. But this film makes me want to go read the Batwoman comics. I would read
the Batwoman books.
Yeah, this film makes me want to read it, but at the same time, I don't really care that much about Batwoman to watch. Because this is the beginning of the new Batwoman, Kate Kane's Batwoman, because before she was just a weird love interest for Batman back in the early 50s and stuff. So that was weird. But now this one's a good one. This is good Kate Kane and her dad. It's not some weird guy that's the head of the Crows or whatever and talks like this the whole time. It was good. I enjoyed it.
I really wish the CW Batwoman show took from this version.
It took parts of it. Luke Fox being in it.
Yeah.
It took the name. It took her name. It took the dad, the army. It's just that you got to make a film, right? You got to make it last a couple of seasons, and so that's probably why they didn't do exactly.
Because what I liked about this Batwoman, and it was totally different from the CW one, is she's not a bitter Batman hating Batwoman. Like in the CW show, they change her backstory.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, Batman didn't save me. I hate Batman. I'm going to ruin his legacy.
Yeah.
And then she respects it and wants to build upon that legacy.
Yeah, because and it shows that he saved her
Yeah.
from muggers or whatever, and then she wanted to become like him. And then you see that after the first scene of the film, how she believed that she kills him, and she's just like devastated, talking to her dad, like, "Hey, I couldn't find him. Like, he died." And like her trying to do that whole process of like grieving, believing she actually killed Batman was interesting.
And I like this. I liked her backstory more in this.
Yeah.
I think they should have used this in the Batwoman show. I keep saying they should use it, but they should. Because like with Batwoman, they also try to make it feel dark and heavy.
Yeah.
And like this would have been the perfect dark and heavy. Like instead of like a car falling off a bridge and her sister dies.
Yeah.
Like the story, like her mother and sister just straight up died while being held hostage. That would have been a lot more interesting.
For sure.
Because then also keeping in with the military theme that the show kind of set up.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed this Batwoman. I'll tell you what my favorite part of this film though was. My favorite part of this film was, well, I'm not getting to my favorite part of the film. I just wanted to keep touching on these interesting topics. I loved the Dick Grayson Batman.
He was great. I like the chemistry between Dick Grayson and Damian.
That's my thing. I love their chemistry because he doesn't care. Dick Grayson doesn't give Damian as much leeway as Bruce does, because Bruce is his dad, so he gives him more slack. Like Dick doesn't care. He's just like, shut up. It's my show for now, you know. And I enjoyed it, and you kind of see a little bit of the struggle that Grayson has to become back, to take over the mantle. Like, you know, when he first finds out that he's been gone for 2 weeks with Alfred, and he's like, he looks at the cow and he goes, even when you're not around, I can't get away from you. And you know, he takes over the cow, and then they're in a car. Him and Damon are in the car, and Damon's like, you'd wish he wasn't coming back so you can take this off for yourself. And he just stops the car and is like, you think I want to do this? I don't want to do this. I try to be away from him. I don't want to be with him. And I think that was it was good enough for me as a viewer, but as a person who reads the comics, I wanted to see more, because in the comics it dives deeper into that and how he really, really hates this and how he doesn't want to be part of this, and he left for a reason, and that reason was because of Bruce, and now he's forced to be back. So yeah, it was good though. I have no problems with it.
Yeah, I liked that scene. That was a really powerful scene.
I enjoyed having that Dick Grayson Batman. He is one of my favorites when it comes to Batman. Obviously, Bruce Wayne's Batman.
Great Batman. Yeah.
But Dick Grayson is to me, Dick Grayson is like the best parts of Batman without the baggage.
Yeah.
He's funny. He's witty. He's kind of like a Deadpool kind of guy.
Yeah. Like, and you kind of see a little bit of that in this.
Yeah, like the whole Nunges thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that scene where he and Damian take out Black Mask was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was weird for me. I know you're going to hate this, but it was weird for me not hearing Ewan McGregor as Black Mask.
Hello there.
Because I really liked Ewan McGregor's Black Mask.
Oh, I did too. I have no problem with him. I loved him.
And that's it kind of threw me off because I haven't seen Black Mask in anything except for Birds of Prey.
Oh, really?
In a while. I know he was in the Arkham games and he was kind of trash. Yeah. But that's another topic for another day.
Yeah. I enjoyed the film. After, so the whole premise of the film is that Bruce is quote unquote lost. They don't know where he is for 2 something weeks. It's important to note. I didn't talk about this when we started. It's important to note this film takes place 2 years after Batman versus Robin. So when you first find Damian, he's already in the monastery. He's already been training there, and you see a different side of Damian. But that's something I'm going to talk about a little later on the show, because that's one of my favorite parts of this entire trilogy that I call trilogy. It's not really a trilogy, but I call it a trilogy. Yeah. But after Dick Grayson figures out that he has to become Batman, he goes and he joins the forces of Batwoman, tries to bring her into the family, quote unquote, to figure out what happened to Bruce. they fight off a bunch of B-list, C-list characters, which to me was interesting.
I liked Mad Hatter.
But I hated Mad Hatter. You did? Yeah. I hated him. Oh man, he was so bad.
Fun fact: he was voiced by Robin Atkin Downes, who was the voice of Doomsday in Batman vs Superman.
Really?
Of the grunts and growls. Yeah.
Why did you like Mad Hatter?
I've just always liked him. He's just goofy. He's weird. He doesn't really fit in with Batman.
Mm-hmm. But he's there. This one wasn't even goofy. This one was just like
No, I mean not like goofy. Like he's like I'm the Mad Hatter. No, it's just like
that's the one that I like.
Like you're looking across like the spectrum of Batman villains, and you have like Penguin, Black Mask, Joker, and then you have this. Yeah, and then you have this like brightly colored like Mad Hatter.
You also had Condiment Man.
Condiment Man, the greatest Batman villain of them all.
Put some respect on his name, bro.
If he's not in the Matt Reeves trilogy, to some extent, we're gonna have a problem.
But yeah, no, they had a bunch of like this was like a rogues gallery of D-list characters. You had the Heretic, like. You had the Heretic, you had the Calculator, you had Hellbound, you had Mad Hatter, you had a random guy named Tusk. I'd never heard of him before in my life, to be honest with you, and I'm a big Batman fan. Tusk had Blockbuster fighting Nightwing in the beginning in the city that Nightwing lives in.
Yeah, real quick, did he kill him? I don't think I saw him in the rest of the movie.
If like a big lead ball falls on your head, I'm gonna take a guess that you're dead.
But I don't know because he's kind of like a Hulk looking guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know much about Blockbuster, so
no, yeah.
If I'm wrong,
I have no idea. You have Blockbuster. You got Mad Hatter. You had Firefly. Then you had another Firefly looking thing. I don't know what.
I thought it was Killer Moth.
Could be Killer Moth.
Where's Killer Moth in the new Batman movies? Make him happen, Matt Reeves.
So I think that's what it is. It was Killer Moth, and that makes sense. Firefly, Killer Moth, obviously Talia, and I don't know if you caught this because I don't know if you're an animated series fan.
I've seen a little bit.
Have you seen The Mask of the Phantasm? Phantasm.
I have not.
That's a problem. There was a guy in the news in the movie saying that a guy named Chucky Soul was taken hostage or something. Chucky Soul is the name of the guy who was taken hostage in Mask of the Phantasm. So it was kind of like a callback to that.
Gotcha.
Guy. So that's super cool for me because I grew up on that show and that movies. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, but Electrocutioner was there too.
Electrocutioner. Yeah,
it's kind of lame.
He's like the Shocker, but not as cool.
Like I don't know if you've played Batman Arkham Origins at all. No. So it's like a younger Batman, kind of like what I hope the Matt Reeves Batman's like.
Yeah,
it's like close to year one era Batman.
Okay, cool. That's
and you fight Electrocutioner. He's like one of the first villains you fight. You literally just knock him out with one punch, and that's all I think of Electrocutioner. It's like, oh, that's the guy. He's not that bad.
Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, I like the D-list characters. There's a lot of them. But again, it goes back to what I said at the beginning of the show. Like, I think they were trying to do too much. So when I was trying to what I meant by that is, I think that I wish I would have gotten a Batwing film.
That would have been nice. He felt pretty forced.
He felt forced. He felt like he felt like Iron Man to me, and everything that he did could have been done by Cyborg.
Yeah.
And Cyborg, we've already seen in 2 or 3 films, and we've understood his story. And now, like as I said in the other episode that we did on Justice League, I believe Justice League Throne of Atlantis, I started to actually like Cyborg.
Yeah.
And so, since this is all connected, might as well just kept him in. I know he's not.
Well, I get they're trying to keep like, oh, this is a Batman side of the universe.
Yeah, but he did the same. Yeah, but Batwing,
Cyborg could have done the same thing. Right.
Yeah, Batwing and Cyborg are the same. I didn't like how I hate this is what I hate about superhero films or movies or anything. I hate it when someone becomes a superhero and they automatically know how to do every little thing that their suit does.
They're like, oh, it's a super confusing.
This is why I enjoyed Cyborg because he did not know how to use his suit. had struggles and then figured it out, and now is doing it. Freaking Batwing over there puts his suit on Iron Man style in the Wayne Enterprises building, and then is off to fly and shooting batarangs like he's done this his entire life. Right. So that I didn't like that at all. Not at all. I hate that. I have nothing against Luke Fox. I just hate the Batwing character. If not for anything else, his name is stupid.
He has a bat. He has wings.
But they even made fun of him at the end. When Batwoman's like, "Hey, Batwing, do you want to get a lift? Do you need a lift in the Batwing?" Because that's what's the Batwing's called.
Yeah, I was just gonna make a Batwing joke.
I'm like, oh my god. So I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Batwing. I didn't like how he was in the film. If he had been in the film, kind of like a Victor Stone kind of guy, learning to become Batwing, I would do that. I'll be about it. But no, he just randomly knew exactly what to do, how to do everything, and to me, that just felt super forced.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if we were getting another like movie in this like Batman sub-series where like maybe they explore more of it, and maybe there's a reason why he knows how to automatically use it that we just didn't see. But
I hope
it's disappointing because
I'll be honest with you.
This is all we got till Hush.
I'll be honest with you. I'm looking at the other movies. I don't think he's in any of these other movies.
No.
So I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't seen him. But I don't think he's been in any of these I don't think he has been in any of these other films.
He has not. He was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for an episode, though.
What?
The actor was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, I'm talking about.
Sorry. But
blood, bro.
Technically, yeah.
So then so Batman joined forces with Robin. So Batman, Dick Grayson, Batman, Robin, Batwoman, they all join forces to figure out where Bruce is. They find out how he finds out where he is for. I forget how they find out. Do you remember how they find out?
I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched it.
I can't remember how they found him, but they found him in this monastery with a bunch of nuns that had katanas, so they were nunjas, and they save him. But then this is when Batman becomes Batman, and he's like, "No, I don't want their help. Let them go. This is going to be only family business." And then he takes him and Grayson back to the Batcave. And I mean, and the whole point of the film is just Talia was trying to do what Ra's al Ghul was never able to do, is create a League of Assassins to become a global like thing. And so that's all she was trying to do. She kidnapped Bruce to brainwash him to become her assassin with her. I didn't like Talia. I mean, I liked her. Okay, I take it back. I liked this Talia better than the Talia in Batman, Son of Batman.
She was a good villain.
She was better in this film for sure. I had no problem with her. I liked having her around. But no, so that was about it. It was a good film.
Yeah.
Obviously they all win. Obviously they win, right? But to me, the biggest thing about these three of this trilogy is that this to me is not a Batman trilogy. It's a Robin trilogy. To me, this is the story of Damian Wayne becoming Damian Wayne. We're gonna see him in the next film, Justice League versus Teen Titans.
Great.
But to me, this trilogy that we just finished watching, Son of Batman, Batman versus Robin, and Bad Blood, is Damian Wayne becoming Damian Wayne. If you remember back in Son of Batman, he hated Bruce. He hated him. Didn't want to be around him. Didn't trust him. Thought he was weak. At the end, was forced to stay with him by Talia. And he stayed, and then in Batman versus Robin, that's when things started getting heated. He hated being with his dad. He didn't want to be part of the whole thing. He wanted to be his own character. By the end of that film, he kind of liked Bruce, and he threw him, and then Bruce said, "Hey, go to this monastery to learn about whatever." In this film, he is like a complete changed 12-year-old. Yeah. He's 12 years old at this point, completely changed. He actually cares about Bruce now. There was a scene in the end a few scenes at the end that when the Bat family gets into it's not a spaceship. What do they call it?
It was the Watchtower.
Yeah, they called it a Watchtower. Yeah, they get into the Watchtower to save the people. And Robin and Nightwing says, "Hey, our goal is to save the people." And Damon's like, "That's not my goal. My goal is to save my dad." I'm like, "Oh shoot, he like grew up." And to me that was super cool. I really enjoyed seeing this growth of Damian Wayne. He gets a lot of bad rap in the world, in the fandom world, because he's Damian Wayne.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying him in these films. My favorite scene in the entire film was a Damian Wayne scene, was in the end when Tusk is going to fall into a propeller and Damian pretty much just says, no, he grabs him. He puts he grabs a batarang, not a batarang, I think
the grappling hook.
The grappling hook to put in his leg to save him. And he says, "Justice, not vengeance. Justice, not vengeance." And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like he's literally come full circle. Because if this was Damian Wayne from 2 movies ago, he would have killed that guy.
Yeah, for sure.
So to me, that was probably one of the coolest scenes in the film. I really enjoyed this film.
I think the true underdog of this movie was Alfred on the Watchtower.
Dude, Alfred!
Oh my gosh,
Alfred fighting the calculator was so good in his little like boxing stance.
Yeah,
Alfred, and it's funny because Alfred, everyone makes fun of Alfred for being just a butler, but
he's legit.
He's a good character, and I've always enjoyed Alfred. I've always enjoyed him as a character. I'm not gonna say things right now because in the current Batman comics, stuff went down, and let's just say there's no Alfred.
Yeah.
Wait, do you know about it?
Vaguely.
Okay, good. But yeah, so let's just say there's no Alfred, and so it's sad to me. So seeing this, Alfred's like, "Oh, Alfred."
Yeah. And the Mad Hatter, like that scene kind of shocked me for a second.
I thought that was stupid. I was
like, oh my gosh.
That was so dumb. Why did you need to do that? You didn't need to blow his head up.
Oh man.
I didn't like that at all. I didn't like
it. That just felt out of place.
Exactly. I'll tell you what though, it was a lot less sexual. This one was a lot less sexual.
Good.
So I enjoyed it.
Didn't need to be.
Exactly. I enjoyed it. There was a couple of sexual innuendos in there. Like, when Nightwing was talking to Corey.
Dude, it's funny because he and Corey are dating.
Yeah. So I was like, did you really just say that to a kid? Like, what do your kid like? What if your kid asks you, like, "Hey, what does that mean?" Like, what are you gonna say to them?
Well, first, what I say to you is, why are you letting your kid watch this movie? Why are you letting your kid watch these movies?
Okay, let's just stop and say that this is not an adult film.
It's not a kid's movie either.
These are PG-13. Yeah. If your kid's 13 years old, he probably should be able to watch it.
Yeah, but if they're 13, they might understand. Like
sometimes they might not understand it.
It's a good point.
But that's up to the parents' discretion. So I just think it's stupid. I don't think you needed to have that. I mean, it was fine having one line and with Nightwing and Starfire was fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. I just know, to me, my favorite character of this whole film was Robin. Yeah, Damon to me was my favorite character. He just grew so much, and you see him growing, and it's super exciting to see that. And so yeah, to me, Damon was my favorite character. I'm assuming that was your favorite character as well.
One of them. I mean, I think you can remember I did not like Damian when we started with Son of Batman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then just in general, I thought he was kind of lame.
Yeah.
But then we read Dark Knight Returns. I'm like, Damian's not so bad.
Yeah, better than Carrie.
No, it was cool seeing him grow and how like he kind of disliked Batman and then he kind of only really respected Batman. And then he loves Batman. That's his dad.
Yeah.
That was good.
What other characters did you like?
I like Batwoman a lot.
Yeah.
was not expecting to. I'm not a huge Batwoman fan. The show kind of ruined her for me.
Yeah.
But I feel like this kind of redeemed her for me.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to watch more. Probably not the TV show because it's not.
Well, there's no KK anymore, so who knows?
Yeah. Matt Reeves, throw her in there somewhere.
So if you had to,
that would be a good choice. Or for the Gotham PD show on HBO Max,
maybe
Batwoman as a side character.
Maybe. This film got 100% Rotten Tomato score, so there's that. It only got
it's about a 90.
It only got a 63% audience score though, so take that as
too low.
So what would you give that in our Variant Podcast official ratings?
This one's getting a 4.2.
4.2.
Yes.
Okay. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Flat out 4 out of 5. Because this film, like I said, tried to do a lot with a little time. I think if you had 80 minutes, 90
just
minutes. Just
give it an extra 5-10 minutes. I think you could have accomplished a lot more.
No, you needed to add 9. This had to be a 90-minute film. With all that's going on in there, Batwing, Batwoman. At the end, you got Batgirl coming in there out of the blue.
Yeah, that kind of made me mad because she doesn't show up again for the rest of the universe, does she?
I don't remember. But they have.
So that kind of disappointed me. Like, you had a chance. I'm glad they didn't throw her in because she would have felt useless and unnecessary. But
I just think they had so much stuff that they weren't able to complete any of it. And they did it good, no doubt about it. They did it good, but they didn't do it very well. And at the end of the day, this film was not a Batman film. This film was a Robin film, and they had just enough Bruce Wayne to call it a Batman film. But to me, this was nowhere near a Batman film. But it was a 4 out of 5.
I will say, this movie kind of reignited my passion for a Batman-verse movie.
Yeah.
Kind of like in the Van of Spider-Verse, or maybe it's like Batman Inc. And you have the Russian Batman. I can't remember what his name is, but he's his own character. You could have had Batwing.
Red Sun. Yeah.
No, not Red Sun. There's a separate character. He's from Russia, and he's a member of Batman Inc.
Oh, okay.
I just can't remember his name.
Okay.
But he's pretty cool.
Cool.
So you could have had that. Then maybe you could have added some of the weird ones like Batman from Zur Anar or whatever it's called. Purple Cowl one.
Oh, yeah.
Or it would be fun.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I enjoyed the film. I don't really a 4. So I think the average is 4.1.
4.1.
Math.
We can do math, guys.
We do math good here.
We did not Google it before the show. We did not.
4.1 out of 5. So it's not the highest.
What was our highest one again?
Actually, no. It's tied for the highest.
Ooh.
So Flashpoint Paradox got a 3.3. Justice League War got a 2.5. Son of Batman got a 3.9. Justice League Atlantis had a 2.4. Batman vs. Robin got a 4.1. So this is right there with Batman vs. Robin as films to watch. It has a seal of approval. It's over 4. So it has a seal of approval.
Yeah.
Well, it's over 3.5, so it has a seal of approval.
It's a great movie to watch during quarantine if you're still quarantining, or if you just have time to watch a Batman movie. Watch this movie. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a great film to watch. It's like you said, it's an entertaining to watch. It's definitely in my my repertoire of films to watch.
Yeah.
I watch it over and I can watch it over again and not get bored because it's not a boring film. I can't watch Justice League Throne of Atlantis more than once. This one I can.
Can't even watch that movie once. I regret that.
Okay, you can. And so I enjoy that one. I enjoyed this film a lot more than these other ones. So I can see these. And again, take anything I say regarding Batman with a grain of salt. I do enjoy anything Batman related. So there's that. So take that with a grain of salt. But this is probably one of the better Batman films in this universe.
Yeah. Or I think it's just one of the better Batman movies in general.
Animated films, maybe.
No, just Batman movies. All around Batman movies. It's high up on my list. I enjoyed it.
Huh. Interesting. That's good to know. Oh, no, for sure. Yeah, guys, really appreciate. Aidan, do you have any final thoughts? Because I don't.
One thing I also forgot to mention, it also got me very excited for Fandom. We've talked about it a bit.
Yeah,
but like, just what else could we get from Batman in
everything?
Fandom. Comics. Are we getting a Robert Pattinson Batman trailer, or?
Oh, we are.
Are we?
Yeah, Matt Reeves.
They barely filmed enough.
Matt Reeves announced that we were going to get something from the Batman film.
Okay, so maybe more of that. Maybe
we get a photo of the Batman
right?
Maybe a photo of Batman.
Because like we've seen leaked set images, but that's without the cape. We haven't really seen the cape yet.
We might see a photo of Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Yeah.
I'll be about that.
It would be cool if they announced my Teen Titans movie. But contact me, DC. I've been working for 4 years. It's almost done. I can just, I don't know. I want to play Robin. That's it. You can do whatever you want with the movie.
You're not going to play Robin.
I will play Robin. Mark my words.
The sound of positive thinking. I believe in you. If you believe in yourself, I believe in you too. Yeah. But no, any final thoughts on this film?
It's good. Go watch it. If you don't like Damian Wayne, watch this movie. If you like Damian Wayne, still watch this movie. If you need eye bleach for the Batwoman CW show, watch this movie.
That is the quote that I'm going to use for you.
Yeah.
If you need eye bleach from the Batwoman TV show, watch this film. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. It makes her so much better.
Yeah.
Makes her so much better.
I didn't like Batwoman. I kind of like Batwoman now.
Yeah. 100%.
Maybe if Suicide Squad game does well, can we get a Batwoman game from Rocksteady?
I don't know about that. It's not that good.
I'd buy it.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, yeah. So that's that. 4.1 out of 5. Batman Bad Blood. Highly enjoyed the film. Highly just watching the film. If you're a fan of Variant Podcast, and you're still listening to us right now, let us know. Shoot us a DM on social media, and we will send you guys stickers. We sent out about 10 or 15 stickers the other day. So we got some people listening. Love you guys. Appreciate your support. But yeah, if you guys want free stickers, shoot us a DM on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, and we'll send you the code for free stickers. If you really love the show and you want to support us, you can always go to patreon.com/variantpodcast to donate there, or just donate on Anchor. Anchor has their own way to donate as well. But yeah, no, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate Aidan you jumping on talking Batman Bad Blood with me.
No problem.
Our next episode, we're going to be reviewing the next film in the series. So if you want to jump ahead, everyone listening, we're going to be watching Justice League versus Teen Titans. Yeah. So if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it, and we'll be back in our next episode. We will talk about that film in detail. And so, yeah, it's great. Have a great rest of your time wherever you're watching and listening to this.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Or night.
Wherever you are.
All right, guys.
And just know that I am proud of you. Keep pushing forward.
Aidan's proud of you. So
I am so proud of you.
You win life. You win life, everyone.
You win everything.
All right, guys. Have a great time, whatever you're doing. Don't forget to follow us on social medias and rate our podcast on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a review. We love all that stuff. Pass that on to your friends, and we will be back next time. Take care now.
Bye.